industry, what is going on. So we are back. We had a little technical difficulty this morning, but it's all good. I brought you guys the best of Florida. These guys, they've all been to Gilchrist. They've all investigated it. They have the owner. We have pretty much the historian of fucking Gilchrist. I'm excited. A Florida haunting at the historical Gilchrist County Jail. So, we have the owner, Mr. Henry Lee.
Good evening, Christopher.
We have 727 Paranormal Life.
Good evening, buddy.
What's up,
Good evening,
man?
Dave.
What's going on, guys?
And then we got Sir Patrick. Oh, Parrick. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's an Irish name.
What's going on, guys?
Top of the evening to you, Patrick.
Hey, nice to meet you, mate.
So, Gilchrist. We all love it. We've all been there. We've all spent countless hours in it. I'm excited. I know that it's my freaking home away from home. I don't know about you guys, but I love that jail. Like, it's got a very special place in my heart.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to take this opportunity to bash on one of your panel this evening. I remember a conversation I had with David Alcorn. He was with Citrus Paranormal at the time, and he'd been there a couple times early in when that place was still thrashed and trashed. He come up to me one day and he goes, "Yeah, this is a really cool place and all, but I don't get a lot of activity." And I'll let Dave pick up from here. It seemed like after we had that conversation, things got a little different for you, huh, Mr. Alcorn?
Oh, that's a crazy place. Very, very active. And it's not just 1 hour. It's not just, 2 hours. It was from dark to morning time. I mean, I have video of 9 o'clock in the morning. That thing's still going strong. And it was just like, what in the world? I mean, we have videos of flashlights turning on at noontime, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, just you don't know what's going to happen.
Then I remember a conversation, because Mr. Alcorn has been to the jail many, many times. We had another conversation to where he was getting more and more evidence out of the place. And then one particular night, he left some static cameras. We left early. He left some cameras running, and I think he'll agree. It seems like when you shut the investigation down and then you left your cameras running, there was anomalies going on, footsteps. It sounded like people were sitting on the bunks in there. And Dave asked me, he's like, "Did you come back to the jail?" And I'm like, "No, I live almost an hour away from the jail. When I left, that place did not open at all." So looks like we have quite a few people. Good evening, Brittany. But yeah.
Well, thank you for hurrying home. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Oh, so Patrick.
Yes.
Would you like to explain? You've been there the longest. You've been a deputy for Trenton. You've done all this at the jail. You knew the jail before Henry. Can you explain a little bit of what you do around there, or what you did around Trenton?
Well, I was a deputy sheriff for Gilchrist County for close to 20 years. And I've never been to the jail as a road deputy until they had a Halloween get together. The previous owner, Miss Arlene, had it open. We went. She gave us a tour. And I've been to some locations as a deputy where I felt a little uneasy, but that's with live people. So to go into the jail and feel that feeling of uneasiness and there's nobody around, that kind of keeps your guard up. But one of the unique things that she had pointed out was, and I believe I showed you the photographs of me taking a picture of some footsteps on the old tile,
Yeah.
where another deputy had taken a picture of me photographing some photos with an apparition through the window that was outside.
Wow.
And that, when he showed me the photograph of the little girl outside the window, yeah, that kind of brought a different light to the whole scheme of things. Like, yeah, there's something attached, definitely strong attached to the jail. Now, there's been occasions where we got calls from neighborhoods when the jail was locked down at night while on patrol, of noises, people talking, um, lights upstairs. Like there was a light upstairs at one time. We got there. The home Arlene would never come out and unlock the jail for us to check it out. She just told us to let it go. But there's many times you could drive by that jail and swear you've seen people going up and down the hallway
Wow.
through the upstairs windows.
And I know people are still catching photos and faces in the windows. I think Shadow, he's on the chat. Didn't he catch a face in one of the windows too?
Well, I know one of the predominant ones was we were doing an interview with Lovelock, Alex Lovelock out of London. And Cheryl was doing a bit of an interview up front, and the left window up front of the jail to the left that had a board up against it. It actually looked like someone that the best I could describe would be Nikolai Tesla with that kind of strange haircut that kind of rolled up here on the sides and had some period clothes, what appeared to be like the 30s and 40s face in the window. So, yeah, there's... that
was a pretty good catch, too.
That was a really good catch. Yeah. Elaine of that team was the one that caught it. So just during the middle of an interview, like he would sit back like this, kind of listening to what Cheryl had to say, which we might as well take that opportunity to give a shout out to Cheryl, of course. Cheryl, my wife, she is the CEO of the Gilchrist. I am just the caretaker per se, but she kind of gets forgotten about because I do so many of these live feeds, but I always want to take the opportunity to Cheryl's behind the scenes. And like Patrick, without those two, I really couldn't run the jail the way we do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So I have some photos, I have some videos that I know me and Patrick have been through some stuff together. For some reason, I don't know if it's because you were a former sheriff or it's your energy or your aura or whatever. Those spirits do not like you.
No. There's been many occasions where I know at one time I was in cell 3 with Miss Cheryl, and she had a spirit box going, and they love music. So Henry and Cheryl would play music of the era in the building. And when the spirit box was going, she was introduced. She's like, "Hey, it's Cheryl." And you're like, "Hello, I have Patrick here. Go away." Like, oh, you don't want Patrick here? And then, it's like, F you. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And
when you hear swear words.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you're hearing swear words like that, gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree with me, especially with the spirit box. It's just, which I wasn't a big fan of the spirit box until I had G Team, Patty Adams of the G Team. I even told her, and this kind of will lead into part of another story. I kind of scoffed at her, and I'm like, well, I was new. Everybody knows I never claimed to be a paranormal investigator to any of you guys, learning as I go along. But I scoffed, and it seems like every time I scoff at something, it ends up happening. But as you guys know with the spirit box, there's no swearing on that. It's just going through the FM dial, and you're not going to hear the F word by any means. And for that to come out on a spirit box, there's no other way to explain that because that wouldn't be on a normal FM, AM, or any kind of dial that a spirit box is running through any profanity. So
yeah, for sure. Not to go off subject of the jail, but in that conversation, I did the Esses method upstairs in the attic of the May Stringer house. And you sat on the couch, little area right next to the chest.
I've
And
investigated there myself.
yeah, Emma and Sarah and everybody were there asking questions. And the only thing I kept hearing out of the spirit box is F off, like get out, like F you, don't care, don't want to know anything, like get out. That's the only thing I got out of that jail or that attic. But I mean, yeah. But I remember the very first time I met you, Mr. Henry Lee. I was doing a little mini tour with the dude, and I went there. Yes, that was like what, 3-4 years ago now.
Something like that. Yeah, the dude actually filmed a video there at the Gates of Hell, or Back of Hell, I think it was. They actually filmed at the jail.
Yes, and I remember doing the little tour like everybody does, and you telling me to go upstairs by yourself and come back down and tell me what happens. And I was standing in the notorious hallway and got hit in the chest so hard I couldn't breathe for a couple minutes. And I walked to you, and you're like, what happened? I was like, when can I book my first investigation? Because now I got questions.
Anyone that knows me knows I was a skeptic, a very scientific based. I didn't really believe in the afterlife per se, spirits and this and that. It wasn't until 2014 that Cheryl, myself, and our family was in a propane explosion. And that house we're in was actually had some activity going on that made me scratch my head. But after the fact is when my eyes were more or less, the veil, people say, was kind of lifted from my eyes. And I started experiencing things after my near-death experience that I could not explain. And when the jail came about to us to be able to buy 2021, that's what caught our eye at first, a historical building. And supposedly it's haunted. I'm like, well, I've seen some stuff here lately after our accident. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. And it never seems to, which is what I think I've seen everything I'm going to see out of the place. Or I scoff at something, it ends up happening.
It's different every time. Every time I go, it's something different.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Because I know that Henry and I were sitting there just cleaning up one day. We just taking a break. And we kind of looked at each other with like this puzzled look. We started pointing upstairs. And you can literally hear people talking, whispering, footsteps, and metallic sound, like they were like tapping on the cell doors to each other.
Yeah.
Now these are experiences that we have, just there cleaning, or noise or something happening, just like straightening up the place for the next group or whoever needs to come in. But I think. And I wasn't there, but I know Mr. Henry was. Whoever took that photograph of the shadow man coming out of the cell that was posted on the page, that was like the best shot ever taken out of a shadow figure in our jail, in that jail. So I don't know who the gentleman was.
I don't know if you're talking about when Cheryl and I owned the place or when Arlene had it. Are you talking about the shadow man from cell 4 or cell 7?
I'm talking about the one when you guys first got it, and they were taking pictures.
Believe it or not, that was very that was still early in. I believe it was Connie. I forget some of the other people, but they had a special guest of Omar Gosh. But even before Omar Gosh got there, Connie, which very gifted medium. One of the people that were with her showed, and I mean, we're talking within the first 15 minutes, just doing the walkthrough, like Chris was talking about. Out of cell 4, you could see on the floor like a dark shadow, and then a hand that was darker than his shirt actually came out of cell 4 and dipped outside the door. Didn't have enough time to, like, me. I've scoffed at some things that have went on in there, but in my mind, I got to thinking about it. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way you could have faked something that quickly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed. When you're not filming per se, or it's impossible for someone to, like, the Phantom Whistle one night. Patty Adams caught it, and I was whistling in the mood, catching a snake earlier in the day, and I thought, I hypothesized in my mind, well, maybe she recorded that earlier in the day, and this is before I knew Patty really well. She recorded it earlier in the day, but as I was catching the snake, I was with Cheryl and 4 other ladies, and they're all screaming, it's a snake and this and that. There's no way that she could have dubbed everything else out just down to the whistle. And that's when I started realizing there is a mimic that hangs out there.
Yeah, so Mr.
Speaking of
Patrick,
mimics,
we'll get to that. I'll have that video.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to it, I promise. But I want to go over, like, a little bit of the history of the jail. A lot of video photos that people haven't seen of the jail. Everybody saw the nice, pretty painted jail that they took my creepy jail away. That's what I like to say to Mr. Henry.
That's what Cheryl likes to say to Mr. Henry too, so don't get me started. It's safer now, let's put it that way, and it's going to be even more safe after this spring. But go ahead, Chris.
But we have, from around, you said around 79-ish, or late 70s, this photo?
Yeah, that would be, as you can see, the front facade is still on. That angled roof isn't on it yet. This is from, probably 78, somewhere in there, so I've been told. This would have been before Arlene bought it, right, Patrick?
yes.
This is when they were still using that front facade as storage and all. This is before they started, I think, but that year it went back to the private sector, and people actually started renting it out and living in the house and living in the jail on the private sector.
Boy, can you imagine that, living in that jail?
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime. Oh my goodness.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because you could see, I don't know if they didn't have any air conditioning window in there because you couldn't have put them in because of the bars. So, yeah, right. I couldn't imagine. I've had some of the locals tell me that as kids, their bedroom was cell 3, cell 7. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't.
Wow.
There's no way. Yeah.
No.
So this is around the time that you purchased it and started cleaning it up.
Yeah, that would have been right, because when Cheryl and I first walked up in March, you couldn't even see the sheriff house. I think Patrick will protest to that you couldn't. The weeds were as high as that second-story window, and you could not even see the sheriff house.
The back of it was so overgrown. It was unbelievable. It was a jungle. It really, really was.
That looks like my current yard.
Yeah. So this
there would be probably about the second year, third year. We got the windows. We put the new roof on, but still trying to obtain the permits to move forward. But that's where I kind of got stuck at a stopping point.
To where you're cleaning up the jail now.
Right.
Getting all the brush out, getting it to where it's visible, which when I first went there, you couldn't even see past the brush unless you walked up to the front gate and looked through the gate to see the jail. Yeah. You couldn't see the jail at all. But how can you tell me a little bit about the cleanup and what's going on with the jail right now?
Well, what's going on right now is I'm at not a standstill right at the moment, but Finally, after a couple of years of making it historically correct here in the state of Florida and the National Archives, I started getting taken a little more seriously by the county commissioners. I realized early in, why you guys know this, when I got the car and I started getting historical pieces, it was in the early stages already going to the point to where I'd been to May Stringer a couple times, and I was really moved by the fact how they could mix history and the paranormal together, and have an establishment that worked well for the city and for, let's face it, the paranormal investigators that come to these places like May Stringer, like Clay County Jail, like Jasper County Jail. A lot of the donations that come from paranormal investigators like yourselves are what really helps us maintain these buildings. And I think I have helped educate the people, the commissioners in Trenton, that, it has been misrepresented in the past, of its full potential, and making it a museum. I've been transparent as far as that. I told them right out, look, I didn't put the paranormal label onto this jail. It was going on for 20 years before we bought the place. But just like any of you business owners here in Trenton know, you're not going to turn away commerce. So for me to say, hey, it's just a museum now, I don't want anything to do with the paranormal. That would be prejudice, in effect, that I'm turning my back on people that want to come, learn the history, come to Trenton, spend their money, and be directly helping with the restoration of a historical place. And that's priceless in my book.
Yeah, for sure. And we got the jail now.
Yes.
All cleaned up.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I really like the shot. Really, really like. Whoever took this, kudos. I really like that one.
I think that was taken by, I can't remember her name. It might have been Brittany, but I'm not for sure. Definitely good picture with the moon in the back. What you're looking at now is something that the city's looking at and saying, hey, I could see this place being a museum. I could see it now as a historical place. Instead of, like, when we first got there, you can ask Patrick. I mean, before you guys got there, it had broken windows. It had an old couch in there where ladies of the evening were conducting business. There was transactions going on in there that weren't legal. I mean, when Cheryl and I put all the technology and cameras and all in the place, it really tighten the place up as far as riffraff, say, going into that area. So we've kind of single-handedly beautifying that part of Trenton. People's opinions of the place are starting to come around, and I'm happy about that. I'd like to hear some opinions from Mr. Alcorn. He's a big supporter too, and I talk too much, so I'd like to hear what Mr. Alcorn has to say.
Well, the first time that I went there, you didn't have the car yet, and a lot of the brush was and we went before you had cameras, and there was holes in the roof to where you could sit in the living room in a chair and look at the stars, and then it started raining, and I had to get buckets to cover all the rain. I mean, it was rough, but very active. Then we investigated it many other times, and just very active. But like Chris said earlier, I mean, it's every time you go, it's just something different. I mean, it really is. You don't know what you're expecting. You don't know who's there with you. I mean, it seems like the same old spirits are there, but then it always seems like that there's something coming through, or so who knows? I mean, like I said, we've been there in the middle of the day, and it's still pretty active. I mean, some places don't come alive until it gets dark, but this one's active all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I walked. There was a couple of guys that were hanging out around the table during the Fall Fest, and I walked through the jail with them and kind of gave them like a paranormal tour off of normal tour. They asked for it. They asked me to go in and tell them my experiences, so I did. And I was like, I could just walk through different cells and just feel what energy's there because I've been there so many times that I know what's where and what happens and where. But yeah, like that's what I tell them. I was like, dude, when the sun goes down, there's activity during the day, but when the sun goes down, there's activity.
It's a different ball game.
It is. Like I don't Patrick's been there. We've all been there at night, and it's just some shit that happens there. You're like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
just what do you think,
Chris? Hey, Chris, I don't want to interrupt, but lean back again, Henry. Do you have something to do with the shirt? Come on, buddy. I mean, that's free advertisement right there.
Look at that.
Look at that right there. Come
I
on.
appreciate it.
I try to make it a point to every paranormal investigator that comes in. I'm kind of like the Beardo, that guy that eats a lot and he wins a shirt at each place. I like to get the paranormal shirts if each team has a shirt. I mean, I like to wear them like this during interviews or my own live feeds from the jail, just to give a shout out to, hey, if I'm wearing a shirt from a particular group, hey, Shadow. If I'm wearing a shirt from someone I'm giving back, saying, hey, thank you for coming out to the Gilchrist. Thank you for giving me a shirt. We appreciate your donations. We appreciate your support.
For sure. No,
maybe I'll get one for Dave one day.
Shirts. I don't have any shirts yet for you. I can give you this. This one's a lightning one.
There you go.
I am a fan of hockey, so.
I know when we got the shirts made, you and Cheryl were like top of the list of getting shirts. I know that. I can say that.
And as you can see, it's been washed many times. It's standing up pretty good. You got a good quality shirt here.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say mine's bundled up in the laundry right now, and I haven't had one problem with it. Shout out to James Fingerprints, by the way, if you guys ever watch this. That's where I got the shirt from.
Nice.
But I want to show the jail a little bit for people that are watching this and have never been there, or the notorious hallway. I don't know why, but it's that every time I'm there, every time that I have a sensitive or a medium, or I call my friend Alice to remote view while I'm there, she said there's something that paces from 7 to 8 all night long. Paces back and forth. And like I remember we were doing the Delco experiment with OOP with Teresa. She's in the comments. And we set up a REM pod in the back of I think he put it in the shower, actually. Or he did it right in front of the shower. But yeah, that thing was going nuts. Every time that she would say that something walked by, the REM pod would go off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was one of my first experiences when we first took our tour of the jail with Matthew Perry of Watson Realty. I walked up those stairs and got there to where one night Patrick, myself, and Cheryl did a Delco right there at the top of the stairs, and I was actually touched, which I kind of, at that point, I hadn't been touched before, and I would watch people on TV, or I'd hear people say, oh, I was touched. And in the back of my mind, I'd go, and here we go again with the, yeah, sure you were touched. Yeah, you're just trying to get views. That's why I don't have a YouTube channel, because how hard it would be to me to set up something and then fake it later. So I don't particularly do YouTube for that reason. But like I said, every time I scoff at something, and when I say I was touched, it wasn't on the shoulder or something like that. It was, I had these Converse on, and it felt like I was being like there was a roach inside of my shoe. It was something touching me from inside my shoe, not tapping on the top, but it felt like there was a cold hand inside my shoe poking at my foot, which, I immediately broke the Delco experiment, and I'm like, something is touching me.
Well, yeah, because you were asking where everybody was, because you thought maybe somebody was too close to you at the time, too, so... I was on the stairs when that happened to you.
Yeah, right there between 4 and 5.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, which one's the big one on the right when you go up the stairs?
That would be what they call the drunk tank. That is cell 4.
so forth.
Man, that's an active room right there.
Oh, for sure.
And then
It
that
is.
hallway that you showed that picture of, we got 3 EVPs. The recorder was sitting on the ground, REM pod going off. That's funny you said that. REM pod going off and 3 EVPs right there in front of
Right
this
in-
jail cell.
Right in between 7 and 8, right?
Yes, right,
Yeah.
right there.
Yep. That's
Well, you know, what's funny about that hallway is that the last group of investigators that have come into that location, I think Henry was at home watching it, but I was downstairs. I can watch them on the camera. They would freeze, literally freeze in that hallway. Like,
yeah.
and there was a group, I can't remember the group that was there last, but the gentleman stood there like he was having a conversation with someone that wasn't there. Stood there for like 15 minutes. He froze. He lost time for 15 minutes because they had to go upstairs and bring him back down.
Wow.
And he would not go back in the building. He wouldn't come back in the building.
One particular night, interjecting on that, Ryan Duvall was in the gathering room, and it almost was like, you know, the Captain Morgan or Captain the rum guy with his leg up. He stopped mid-step, and he was like there was a freeze in the Matrix for about probably 10 seconds, and he stood there with his foot up and just kind of froze. I found that to be very strange. Don't know how to really explain that per se in the paranormal world, but it was almost like you stopped motion for about 10 seconds and just kind of froze. Quite unusual, like I said, when I go, yeah, right. I've seen stuff in that jail, and I've been to some. I'm sure that both of you guys have too. I don't know how much Patrick gets out in the real world investigates, besides the jail, but I've seen
I'm a cemetery guy. I've been to a lot of cemeteries, so
I like cemeteries too. But yeah, I mean, I and of course, what am I going to say? You know, Cheryl and I own the place. What am I going? Of course, what do you think's going to come out of my mouth? But it's the honest truth. I mean, I've really not found another paranormal destination that pound for pound, and it might be because I spend so much time at that. And I'm sure the three will agree. The more time you spend at one of these locations, the more
they know you,
the more activity you're going to get because they're getting to know you like the four of us know each other. It's the same thing with the spirits. You know, you're getting to know them and they trust you a little more and a little more and a little more. That's why these places that want to charge $1 a minute, more or less, per person to, and I won't mention what places these are, but as we move forward, I always want to keep it affordable for the paranormal investigators to come in and give a small donation each and be able to come back. Because when you're paying, you know, an absorbent amount of money for different places, you know, you might get there like, well, I'll use Waverly as an example. 10 people, private investigation. It's $1,000 the last time I checked. You're in there with just those 10 people and the building's so big, but it's $1,000. The normal person doesn't have $1,000 to just give up for an evening of walking around an old building. Right. So we definitely, that's why we keep it on donations. Some of these places get overinflated financially, like, well, yeah, I've got stuff going on, so you're going to pay through the nose, to where even though we have so much going on, it has to be affordable because the paranormal investigators have 9 to 5s. Yeah. Like all of us, we all have 9 to 5s, and you can't afford to be getting a hotel room, spending the money to drive 200, 300, 400 miles, flying somewhere, getting to the rooms, paying for the place. It becomes almost impossible. I will give a shout out to Tombstone. If you guys haven't been to Tombstone, I suggest you put it on your bucket list, because what a town. All the people that live there are into the paranormal. It's not like you're getting looks like, oh, you're talking to spirits, you're, you know, going to hell or something like that per se. Very much a paranormal town, very much into their history. And the two hold hands. I mean, it's not that none of us are into the demons. Well, I don't know about Patrick, but most of us are just trying to get some.
Hey, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Henry and we've actually done an international investigation.
Really?
He went to a cemetery and filmed it, and most of the tombstones are all plexiglass and all this stuff. You can see the bones, you can see the bodies, everything. I asked him where it was, and within a month, I was at the same cemetery going live from another country. And what a weird place, huh?
Well, what the thing is, there was, I don't know if it was that good when you were there with the bags, the burlap bags and all, but it was the day after the night of the Day of the Dead that festival that they have, and they actually open up the crypts and correspond with the bones of their relatives. I had a guy, the taxi driver, I asked him, "Well, take me to one of your old cemeteries." Like, "Oh, what do you have? What do you have, family here?" I'm like, "No, I'm respecting your past ancestry going to these places." And they're very much Mexico, Puerto Rico, very much into the paranormal. Lot more laxed.
She left the car down the street and told me to walk. She wouldn't go in there.
The old cemetery, the old San Juan. Is that what you're talking about?
No, we were in was
Progresso?
it Cozumel?
Cozumel and Progresso. I think the one we're talking about was in Progresso.
Oh, because I was going to say I've been to Puerto Rico too. I've been to the old San Juan, Puerto Rico, next to the fort.
But, yeah, I've been there too.
Yeah, so we've all been in the same, all international. I don't know, Patrick, I guess.
Well,
I even did a little bit in Cuba.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Probably another really big.
When I was overseas, I mean, like when I was in Germany, France, when I was, I went to England, when I was stationed, and got to see those locations. Some of them were just outright Stephen King. I'm sorry. They just gave you the willies, man. And when you hear voices and they can't be explained, when you're walking through some of those cemeteries, and you know you are alone, and you hear when someone go, "Hello," and you can't, and you there's nothing you can say. How do I explain that? Totally by yourself.
Again, another scoffball, but I was investigating the Daffodil House up in Monticello, Florida, and the guy that runs the place says, "Well, there's a cemetery up the street, and it's known for people get rocks thrown at them." Now, Cheryl and out there were way after hours, walking around, felt kind of creepy, but then we heard like something skipping by us in the leaves. It was a colder month, so there was dried leaves on the ground. We actually had rocks thrown at us at that particular. Yeah, right, Therese. Rocks were being thrown at us. Another place with open crypts. They had the. You've been to cemeteries where they had the bricks going over the top like this, because of the high water table. Actual open crypts. There's nothing quite like going to a cemetery and actually seeing someone's skull or bags of bones, like Dave was talking about at some of these cemeteries. It's definitely a feeling like no other. You could just feel it all over your body, the energy that's actually there. Or and the cemeteries in Louisiana, St. Louis 1, 2, 3, and 4.
My son had an opportunity to go to the 2 times the crypts underneath the Vatican and the ones in France.
That would be pretty badass. That's on my bucket list once I retire. Leave James in charge of the jail, and Mom and I can travel. That's on the catacombs are definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah, my son Dominic went there, and you can't videotape. They won't let you take any pictures or videotape, especially underneath the Vatican. Yeah. But
good thing they make kind of glasses that have cameras in them now.
Something.
But he did get a few photographs of the crypt underneath the Vatican, and then got caught by the time he took his 5th picture, I think it was. But he got to keep them. They were on his phone. And it's just bizarre. All
I'd
the
have to
bodies,
take pictures, especially the
all
France
of.
catacomb with the piles of bones. That I would
Oh,
have to
now
document.
France. Oh yeah, he took a slew of pictures of France.
Listen, I'm on my phone. Oops, oops, oops,
Oh
oops.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like when you're
Now
going out
France
with
was the
Turner
one
Fisherman.
thing, but
So, not to get off subject of cemeteries because I love cemeteries, but I
I grew
want
up
to
in
play one of these videos because I know Patrick got lit up as soon as you said mimic, and I wanted. This is one of the stories that I wanted to talk about because since I have Patrick here, not this past October, or not this August, the following August we were there. I don't ever recommend investigating this jail in August ever. It was like 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. and it was still like 100 degrees in that jail. And I thought I was going to have a heat stroke. But so I went upstairs to do a solo investigation for a little bit. Everybody was downstairs, and I had Patrick watching the cameras down in the common area. So I was walking up and down the hallway. I was going to cell 4, I was going to cell 7, 8, and then I sat behind the camera for a good bit. I wasn't getting that much activity when I was up there. So I went back downstairs and went into the museum area where we had 2 other investigators there. And then Patrick comes barreling into the museum area and he's like, how the hell are you down here when I'm watching you on camera upstairs?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like, do you want to go over that a little bit, Patrick?
Well, I saw you going around. You were going from cell to cell, and I saw you come out of cell 4, and then I saw you dip back in. You stand right there in the corner. You came out of cell 4. You came down the stairs. As you were coming down, as you turned to go down the stairs, I kind of walked away from the cameras. And I got something to drink or eat. And then I heard you in the museum room.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. So I went in there. I'm like, dude, were you upstairs? He said, no, I've been down here. And I said, no, because I just saw you come out of cell 4 and start coming down the stairs. You said, no, I've already been down here. And then
there's
you
no
asked,
time delay in those cameras. There is no time delay, so that wouldn't explain it.
Yeah.
So that's when you asked the question to the spirits.
Yeah. I
Is
asked,
someone, yeah, go ahead.
Is there a mimic here? And this is what we got.
So is somebody mimicking me up there? Yes, you are. Oh! It said yes, you are. Oh my fucking god, bro!
And you've been down here.
Yeah.
Because I asked your wife, I was like, is he still upstairs? And she said, no, he's down here. I'm like, there's no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like instantly.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was like, "Is there a mimic here?" And through the portal, it was like, "Yes, we are." And I was like, "Well, there you go." That's how I know mimics in that jail.
It's kind of hard when you keep getting evidence from different people, dozens of different people, over and over and over again. It gets kind of hard to find a plausible scientific what's going on, to where all you have left is paranormal. When you go through when you go through it all, and it amazes me. Like I said, it amazes me when different people come in bringing different tools, different attitudes, different energies. It may be the same place each time, but it's not like the same place each time because from where our vantage point is, Cheryl and I, we get to see many different teams coming, and it's like a new show almost every time.
Yeah. And I know.
Well,
go ahead, Patrick.
no, I was just going to just state that when Henry was giving a tour that one time, there was a gentleman and a female, and I was standing back in cell 3 as he was talking about the jail and the history and so forth. When the lady's skirt flipped up,
Oh wow!
and I was standing right, yeah, I was standing right there, and she turned around, and looked at me, and I, nope, wasn't me, because my hands were crossed.
My hands are right here.
My hands are right here, my arms are crossed, and I was leaning in, and she's
Henry, where
and
were
I
your
literally
hands?
the skirt went up just like this, like flipped up.
Wow.
Actually, I was the first one that walked out, and I didn't get to see it, but I did go back. I don't know if Patrick's aware of this, but I had Ron Poulin, our tech guy. I said, "Hey, do me a favor, pull up between 9 and 9:10. I want to see when people are walking in." And you clearly see Patrick's arms are crossed, and you can clearly see her skirt raising up on its own. Not in an appropriate way but just enough to up and then down on its own to where it looked like somebody pinched the bottom, lifted it up a couple inches, and then dropped it.
And I don't want to sound bad. There ain't no airflow in that place.
No,
I tell you, man. But the look she gave me, was like, whoa, wait. Nope, wasn't me.
I would have done the same thing. Nope, hands are right here.
And
the whole time.
Well, there was a fortunate and unfortunate because the rest of the evening, she would not go anywhere in that jail by herself. I mean, wherever the other gentleman went, she was there. If she was left behind, she was there.
That particular night, I don't know if you stayed, but she didn't. She actually exited the jail pretty early that evening and said she had had enough.
Yeah, I stayed and locked it down and everything. But yeah, they didn't stay. Some people want to stay longer, but yeah, they ended up leaving.
I'll bring Dave into this. One of the first times he came in with Andrew and a couple other guys. The one guy swears that one doll that I have put away now was actually winking, was actually blinking at him. He left actually in tears. He went out and had to take a break. He was like, "No,
Tim.
Tim had enough." At that point, that was really early in too.
Real early.
So
that was the same doll that you had when the other group. I was talking to the gentleman, and the lady in the other room was actually watching it live as he was talking, and saw the head of the doll move, and one of the eyes blinked, and she actually saw it. We didn't see it, but she saw it on the camera. And she was done. She was like, no, that can't happen. And that was the same doll that Henry, that was something else.
Yeah, I brought that doll out of there early. That's when we still had rats. And one of her legs was getting chewed up. So I brought it home. And like I said, I've got it put up. Once I get it back, dig it out, I bring it back. Because, that doll scared the crap out of. I've seen full-grown men run out of there. Pretty upset of what they experienced. I've seen skeptics walk in there and walk out believers. I myself have been. We had Kiki from Telemundo or Univision there filming with War Party, and we had a poltergeist activity go on to where we had a little cup on the sheriff mannequin I have, and that little cup sat there half the night, and then all of a sudden it looked like somebody went like this and flicked it across the room on live footage for that show. And like I said, just when I think I've seen everything I'm going to see in there, I end up seeing more. It's quite the experience owning a place like this.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I know David and Henry both sent me a video that they wanted me to play. I think it's David. It's your videos first. Do you want to explain this video a little bit before we play it?
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I don't know what I sent you.
Oh, fire! All right,
Stairwell, was it the stairwell?
Oh,
both of them
yeah.
are the stairwell. I'll play the video, then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Do that.
Can you tell me your name? Who's here with us? My name's Dave. Can you tell me your name? They don't just light themselves up, you know?
Yeah.
No, REM pods don't just pick up on a whole lot of stuff like a K2 or something of that nature. I think you're going to be leading up to the same spot where I was doing a solo investigation. We had just brought in some handcuffs that we had picked up at an old antique shop that particular evening, and I don't know what Dave or Christopher your thoughts are, or Patrick your thoughts on a Mel meter. But I used a Mel meter for years, and I never really got that thing to do anything but a couple of zeros. And I think the one that's coming up that he's going to play that I caught, that Mel meter went off the charts. I had never seen it respond. I had to get a couple of K2 meters going off at the same time in the REM pod. I had people, of course, shit on that evidence, saying, well, why is this guy counting out the numbers, jumping? And that's me, because you can't see the numbers on the Mel meter. And I'm repeating, it's at a 14. It's at a 24 now. And it went so high where it actually overloaded the Mel meter and kind of like shut it down to it reset. Like I said, I barely see these Mel meters ever do anything, but that particular day, I was, you could tell by the excitement in my voice.
The funny part about that, I have a video that my millimeter did the same exact thing while Sarah was downstairs. We were actually upstairs doing the Delco experiment with OOP. And this is what we got off the millimeter in the common area.
I asked this next to my mother, and I spelled black.
I was wondering, what is your favorite song by Jay-Z, Black?
L-E-J-O... What? Is that supposed to spell jelly?
Oh no, that makes
Why?
getting real high though.
This is going off the charts to where it's not even registered.
Okay, so who's
The
spelling...
KT too is going on level 4.
Who's messing with this one? Black. Okay, so you're sitting next to my mom, causing both mechanisms go off. Can you make the REM pod go off?
Thank you.
The REM pod is in the other room, or is that the REM?
So I forgot to tell everybody, when the video is playing, the mic's shut off, so we can't hear anybody talking. Sorry. But yeah, that's, I don't know.
No, that's crazy. I've never seen one do that ever.
Neither have I, ever.
And that little video I sent you, it's doing the same thing in the stairwell where Dave's equipment was set up, but at a different time, all by myself, just doing, having some tools out. I hardly use the Mel meter because it really doesn't ever really do anything.
Hey, just so you guys know too, where that stairwell is, there's no power there. I mean, it's not like there's electrical going all through the jail. I mean, there's nothing.
And there's a couple of extension cords that are plugged into each other that's into a plug right at the beginning, the front
Nowhere
door.
near where you're.
Nowhere near. And like even in the common area, she was all the way at the far wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowhere near the camera, nowhere near the TV, nowhere near any of the, nothing. And it was just going fucking crazy.
Well, All those cameras are low voltage anyway. You're not going to pick anything up even on the K2. The only place you're going to get a regular reading is if you go right by the shower where, as of right now, the Casper Brain sits.
Right.
We'll be moving that in the future out of that shower to the back of the sheriff house, all of that stuff. But yeah, when you have all the electric off in the place and you're still getting anomalies on the K2 and those Mel meters, there's not many ways to explain that I'm aware of.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times the guys that come in, they want to go blackout. Hey, can we turn the lights off? Yeah, go ahead, man. Turn the lights off. They turn the lights off, shut the door. There's no power to that building other than where the equipment is to run the camera system. So when you're up,
the jail doesn't even matter if you have power. It's gonna go no matter what.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've done a lot of investigations. I'm not an expert. I like old school investigating. So, and I have to have these guys, like David and yourself, and even Henry, because of his technical, equipment knowledge. How does this work? And when it goes off, and I go, that's impossible because there's nothing here. Like the bell, looks like the hotel bell when people play. When I've seen that go off several times with some of you guys, it's like there's got to be.
We just were there. We just did it. You remember us?
Yeah,
we literally just did it, and it was going crazy.
And it just blows my mind because, not saying that it's not feasible, because I've seen spirits do a lot of other things. Absolutely.
Well, here's another, for instance, because Dave and I do a lot of investigating in there. A couple times we had the 10 of diamonds, and we asked a couple times. It was like an ongoing thing. Dave came in one time. We asked about, what card is this? And a couple times we didn't get anything. And then one time we did it. Remember that, Dave? And I said, what card is this? And it said 10, and then it said diamond after it. And that card still sits in the gathering room. Because here it is on a spirit box, and it actually said a 10. I was messing around with Dave, and I'm like, yeah, it's never going to say 10. And sure enough, about the third time we tried it, it was the 3 different investigations. It did come out. It finally came out, and that's why that card still sits in the gathering room. Every little thing you might walk through, I mean, you guys know, but if there's something sitting in there that seems like it shouldn't be there, there's probably a reason why it's sitting there. Something reflected around that particular item.
Yeah.
And I particularly enjoy, on my side, when you all start setting up. Everything's running perfectly good. You got your equipment going, your cameras, you got your little laptops and so forth. And then, boom, shuts down. Everything goes blank.
Every time.
And I'm like, and then not just to see especially on your face, Chris, to see the frustration on your face at one time. You were so mad that everything was working just perfectly.
I'll be doing podcasts in that jail, and it does that. Everything will be fine. Like I'll bring up Alex Lovelock again. That happens a lot. Like when I'm doing podcasts from the jail itself, they'll have no problem with their equipment, and all of a sudden we'll start talking, and their shit starts shutting down or getting drained. And he's all the way in London, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's happened a couple times. I held the camera for you and Cheryl doing stuff live. Yeah. And I've seen that happen.
I remember the very first time that we had you on live, Henry. It was you at the jail, and it was a good 20 minutes in the conversation, and my computer just shut off. And you told me the whole time, because you were still on live, you told me the whole time that you could hear the door cells moving, you could hear activity upstairs, and as soon as I came back on live, it all stopped.
It's like they know. It's like they know when you're not filming. I seem to get my best evidence, even away from the jail, if I'm not filming and I'm just doing it for myself, because, I don't put a lot of evidence out there. Right. It's more or less for ourselves. But it seems like when the cameras aren't running, the best stuff comes up.
Oh, for sure. Anything. That's how it always works.
Or the other thing is when you're not there. Because we left those cameras roll overnight. And, man, you were getting all kinds of weird stuff. And we didn't even know it till we reviewed it later.
Right, and you almost, and that's when you said, "Did you come back to the jail?" And I'm like, Dave, I'm not just going to come back to the jail and make you would know, you would hear the keys, you would hear,
Yeah.
you know, I have no reason to go back to the jail just so 727 can have a good, oh, what is this? Or I'm not standing outside the building doing something because I live an hour away. No, I didn't go back to the jail. This is stuff that's going on. Why the place is fucking empty. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Why the place is empty.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. You hear, it sounds like door cells slamming. It sounded like that. Patrick said it, the tapping, the metal tapping.
Oh, yeah, like in the cells, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And it was just nonstop for almost an hour. And that's why I was thinking, well, somebody's got to be in there. There's no way in the world.
Right. And then Dave and I went in there.
Maybe the time's off. I don't, something's not right.
Yeah.
Well, we tried to debunk it, and then we started going through, and he stayed downstairs, and I started knocking on stuff and doing stuff, and we were trying to see what could make that sound in the jail. And yeah, it sounded like somebody flopping down on one of the bunks, people tapping, whispering, and things like that. This is
It's like normal business. They're just doing what they normally would do in a jail setting.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I know I step on your conversations a bit. I've got to get up really early in the morning to actually do my 9 to 5. I'm going to let you guys finish this up. I appreciate you guys so much for your donations, your support, your friendship. The list goes on and on. I couldn't do it without the support of guys like you.
I still got to give you a hard time about the shirt. I mean, Chris
don't be jealous.
Something.
It's a
don't
beautiful.
Is it this way?
Just ask Chris to give you one or sell you one. He'll accommodate you.
And it looks good on you.
It does.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. You got to stay creepy. Let's keep it creepy.
Always.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night. And finish up the interview. So me not talking is a good thing.
All right, buddy.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to this podcast. I appreciate all our followers, all your followers. Have a good night, and let's keep it creepy.
Here, give me a fist pump.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Good night, fellas.
Have a good one.
See ya. So, it's just us. There's a couple more videos that I did want to play. I have a couple that I have from this past Fall Fest, but I have a video with me and Patrick, actually a couple videos. Do you remember when we were upstairs when I had my friend David and Sarah there, and we set up cat balls in 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8?
Yes.
And then the cat ball would start going off at 4, and then it would the cat balls would go off all the way to 8. And then it would stop.
Whoever's in down the hallway.
Yeah. So I have that video real quick. Let me play that.
And I've never seen them go off. And I don't know if it's just the jail or whatever, but I see people setting them up, and I've seen them go off, but I've never had an experience of them going off in the jail with me in the room.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as I leave, then you guys are like, oh yeah, now everything's working just great. So.
Which the crazy part, we weren't even in the cells. We were standing out in the hallway. Like, I even shut the cell doors at one time, and they were still going off. Like, they were so excited that we were finally investigating or something, or somebody was there. Because I know there wasn't anybody there for like 4 or 5 months before we got there.
Oh, absolutely. Look at all the energy that came into the jail, though.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that's been walking through and just, almost like charging everything inside.
Yeah.
Whatever energies were brought in.
Let me play this video real quick, and then we'll have a conversation. I want to talk to David more about investigating the jail, but I want to play this real quick.
I don't know if it's the IR. Oh, there we go. Just the IR coming off the caster.
But ever since you left that room, you came in here. It's been blinking nonstop.
Do you like that Patrick's here?
Be honest. Be honest.
I know it's an ongoing joke between us
Yeah.
that every time Patrick comes into this building,
Okay.
if you want me to stop,
If-
everything stops working when Patrick comes around.
If you want me to leave, turn that off.
You gotta ask when the light shuts off.
If you want me to go, and let these guys investigate, you turn that cap off for me, and I'll go downstairs. Yes or no? Don't touch my neck.
Why is it not shutting off? Really?
Well, maybe they love the interview.
This one just shut, hold on. Something's happening between these two. Every time that one goes off, this one goes off. I'm surprised you're even up here. Is that one going off? This one's going off. Patrick.
Is there one in cell 8?
No, but maybe one.
It doesn't say something to check that in.
This one's not stopping either. This one's going off again. Are you happy that we're here? This one doesn't go off. I think I have a dead cat hole. So we're gonna put this one cell 7. Alright. So I let that go wherever you wanted it to land. Patrick, pay attention to the cell.
This one's still going,
This one is too. This one is too. This one's going off. So this is cell 6. This is cell 7. And Patrick's back here. Patrick, can you
Yeah, right here, so.
make sure, is that one going off too?
It did, and, stop when I walked in.
What is going on? This one's going off now. Are you guys happy that we're here? I know you guys haven't had any interaction in a while. Since the last time we were here. Is cell 8 going off? Cell 8's going off too.
Yeah, it's on the rack.
Every time it stops, yeah, like it was literally just going from cell 4 all the way to cell 8, and then it would go from 8 to 4. Like I said, there wasn't anybody there for a good 3-4 months by the time we went in there, and like I guess they were just super excited that we were there interacting with them. But I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if you have, David, or
Not there.
yeah. It's just,
I mean, that was pretty smart to put one in every cell like that.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Oh, I don't know why. I have another video that proves that they don't like Patrick, but I'm going to play that here in a minute.
Thanks.
Well, I can tell you it doesn't like Patrick.
Yeah, well, I have that effect on the dead.
We had a good investigation going there at the jail. Patrick comes in with his Taco Bell, starts eating Taco Bell right there, and the night ended.
Hey, I was hungry. But as soon as I left, as soon as I walked outside, everything went back to normal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't. It's the. I'm telling you, it's the aura of
Not well. I think it's what I do for a living. You know.
yeah, that
Yeah.
too. That has a big effect on it. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I can tell you that they know what's going on because Henry, there was a time that I investigated, and then Henry for almost 2 weeks after that, they kept getting David, and where's David?
Yeah. And they remember you guys, and
Yeah,
it's
they know.
and they don't want to hear from us. They want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're probably a little nicer. We're better looking. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, yeah, but you know,
It's the beard.
I belong to that special
Sorry, I don't
elderly club.
But I have one. I have a couple more videos, but I want to play this one just to prove that it doesn't like Patrick.
Okay.
I even named it "Get Out, Patrick."
Yeah.
This one's still open and it's going off. Can you? I can't shut it all. Can you light one of these cells off, the cat balls off in these cells, and I'll open your cell door again? Can you make one of these cat balls go off if you didn't like the warden in this jail? Can you make one of these cat balls go off if you don't like Patrick in this jail? Do you want me to leave? What's going on? Alright, I'll leave. I'm a man of my word. Believe it or not. Alright, so cell 7 gets their cell open.
So what I did there, it was I shut all the cell doors and I said, whoever wants their cell door open and come out the cell, shut off or turn a cat ball on. And like I explained to Patrick, David, I know you know, those cat balls have to be touched. Something has to touch them for it to go off. Like I don't just sit there and go off.
No.
You literally have to touch it. And as soon as I said you want Patrick to get out of the jail, boom, it went off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Get the gatekeeper out. You know, and we'll do whatever you want. So I'll tell you one incident, and I'll let you guys go on. The neighbor that lives next to Henry, where the jail is, I called him at home and told him that there was an alarm going off inside the jail. Of course, he's too far away. He calls me up. He says, "Hey, Patrick, go out there and check the jail. I hear an alarm going off." Is there any alarms in the jail? Henry says, "No." He goes, "Now I have smoke detectors, but I don't have any alarms." I'm like, "All right." So when I pulled in, I could actually hear it from outside before I even opened up the outside gate, before I even walk in through the Sally door. And when I went inside, I could hear it very loud. Smoke detector. Henry can see me on the camera, calls me on my phone. He says, "Hey, I see you on the phone. I see you on the camera." He says, "Just go ahead and take the battery out." So when I turned the smoke alarm over, there was no battery in it.
Wow.
And by the time the lady called Henry, and by the time I got there, you're looking at 20 minutes
Yeah.
that this
And
thing
you
was
heard
going
it
off.
for years.
And he asked me, he said, "Take the battery out." I said, and I showed it to him in the camera. I held it up to him at the camera inside there, and I was like, "There's no battery." And he goes,
Wow.
"Oh, I'll be a son of a," and I'm like, "Yeah, me too. I never had that one happen." Then it just
No.
shut off. Then the smoke alarm just shut off. I sat on the table, did a walkabout. Everything was copacetic. Locked it up. Went home.
Wow.
Yeah, never saw that before.
No, I've never even heard of that ever. So before we get into a couple more videos, David, we haven't really talked about you investigating the jail and like what some of your experiences in the jail, like oh my god experiences. Can you explain a couple of those?
one of the biggest ones that I remember is I'm upstairs. A gentleman that I was investigating with, Andrew, goes downstairs to get batteries out of his car. So I'm there all by myself, and I don't know how to explain it, but in my ear, like inside my ear, you hear David. And it's like,
Oh,
that was right there in my ear. And it just crazy. Just, there's no way to explain that. By myself, none at all.
that's crazy.
Then we did a video of a flashlight. You know, we were saying if anybody's here, turn the flashlight on. Flashlight comes on. I'm like, if you want us to leave you alone, shut it off. It shut it off. We left it alone.
Wow. Yeah, no, I get the same kind of activity. I mean, other than being physically touched and punched in the chest, like I've seen Cheryl get affected. I've seen Henry get affected. I've seen Sarah get affected a lot. Like, it's something about this jail. Like I told the people at the Fall Fest when I did like a little separate tour of like the paranormal side, they asked me to go in and explain some stuff that happened. And I'm like, I can't give you a physical answer of what's in here, but I know there's something here. I can't tell you what. I don't know if you've ever got an answer of anybody, a name or something that's in the jail off of Starbucks or anything.
Henry has.
Has he?
Yeah, he got Sheriff Slaughter came through on it one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, he wasn't actually the sheriff. It was a deputy called Deputy Slaughter that was, I believe, passed away in his career as a deputy when the jail was open for business. And he's caught a couple other names. You'll have to get with him on. I wasn't there, but he told me a couple of names that came through that was actually on the ledger of those that were actually incarcerated in that jail. A couple of names came by. Yeah, I wish I could remember. You have to get with Henry. He can tell you that right off the bat. They picked it up.
Robert's in cell 4, or is that James? Is it Robert or James?
Well, you have Robert's in 8, but I personally think that Robert, he's not just in 8. I think he's a little bit more. I don't want to use the term stronger. I don't know if that would be a right term or not, but he has more of an ability to travel up and down the steps, out, anywhere he wants to in that jail. Well, some of the spirits, I think, are just pretty much isolated in their area. Another interesting thing that really caught us off guard, cell 1. Cell 1 was always a storage cell, always kept stuff in it, even when Arlene had it. Once we cleaned it all out, he cleaned it up. We got a lot of stuff out there, opened it up, and that first group that came in caught a baby crying in that cell. And asked me if there's any babies next door. I said, no, there's kids, but there's no babies. They played it back. And then I could hear it in the gathering room when they were playing it. It sounds just like a hungry baby cry, like a baby's hungry. Yeah. Which is really, I mean, I don't do big crying babies. I don't care who you're, I mean, especially in a haunted location, a crying baby. No, I'm good, man. But to hear that, and it be so clear, I don't know of any history of anyone having a child in that jail, or were there any babies?
I know downstairs was like the women's cells.
Right. The 3 cells downstairs.
I mean, I know prisons these days, they have like a daycare area, I think. I don't know. I've never been in jail. So, like, I don't know if pregnant women have the babies and they get taken out of jail to families, or back in those days, maybe they didn't have family, or,
maybe they took their baby to jail with them. I don't know.
I don't know. That's great. I've never heard that story.
Yeah, I heard that, and they played it back on the tape on their EVP recorder. and it was so clear of a crime. And I know, hell, between my wife and I, we got 7 kids, so I know what babies sound like, right?
For sure.
That was a crying baby. I was hungry cry.
Wow. Have
Yeah.
you got anything like that, David? I think David froze.
It looks like it. There he is.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Have you gotten anything like that or heard anything like that?
Well, that's
I
what I
know
was saying earlier. There's the standard people that are there, but then it seems like all kinds of different stuff comes through.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people think that they don't believe in the portals or whatever, but I mean, it seems like something's there. I don't know if it has an open portal. Maybe it has just like an open door to where people are just coming in and out of. Because I mean, there's no reason that a baby should be crying in a jail.
Or it's the mimic.
I mean, there would never be a time that there was a baby there.
Yeah.
Unless a baby was there when I'm gonna guess they're homeless came in, and they had some problems there.
Or
it could have been when the jail was abandoned.
Yeah.
Before anybody really owned it,
Yeah. Or it was the mimic messing with us,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard that one. I have a couple more videos, and then we'll get to why we love Gilchrist. I know I have my stories, but this is with Ryan, and I'm gonna say his dog's name wrong. Takani, I think it's called. If anybody in the comments, if Chris is still watching, I think the dog's name's Takani. It's a beautiful fucking husky. I love that dog so much. I didn't see him for like 2-3 years, and I was sitting at my booth outside of the jail at Fall Fest, and like he like peeked. The dog came around the thing and like peeked at me. He's like, "I recognize you. I remember you." And then like, I guess he got a whiff of me or whatever. And dude, he attacked me. He would not leave my feet. Like, he was so excited to see me. But this is in cell 6, I believe. Watch this.
He was 40 pounds. He's not even that many calories. Can you make that go off if you like the dog? Yep. Are you petting him right now? He's on his belly. You love the belly rub. You love a good belly rub. The pattern of that always looks like this. He is a beautiful boy, isn't he? I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. Oh, that shit was clear as shit. Holy shit. That was clear as shit. Your cat ball. Oh, cat ball. Yeah. Cat ball. Cat ball behind you. Really? Yeah, that's what it says.
That's why I bring that spirit box with me every time I go, and I just leave it on and walk around with it. I never keep that spirit box in one place. I always walk around with it because you never know what's gonna come through that. But yeah, I was like, he's like, "Oh, feel the dog's belly," and he's like, "Oh, I feel it." I was like, oh, "Yes."
Now that spirit box, that's just running through radio stations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's SP11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have
now. Correct me if I'm wrong. That thing's running backwards.
Yeah, it was running in reverse.
So if it's running through radio stations backwards, at the very most, you should only get like half a word.
Yeah.
And to get a whole sentence like you did, while it's running backwards through the radio stations at probably 250, speed.
Yeah.
You should never have gotten.
No.
That's what I think is amazing, how the equipment works and picks up those voices. I mean, I'm not trying to be ignorant. It's just the fact that, like you just said, and I had to have somebody explain it to me. So it is running backwards. And they're like, yeah. Well, how can you get something so clear, so precise, 3 or 4 words, and something that runs backwards? So, there's the scientific part where, you know, it's a piece of equipment.
Right. So what the
But the
spirit
spirit to
box
manipulate that.
Yeah.
Right.
So what the spirit box does, if you have it at 250 beats per minute, it's going through 250 radio stations per that minute. So it creates white noise, and spirits are supposed to be able to speak through the white noise. So somehow it messes with the interference of the radio and that frequency going so fast that spirits can manipulate the words, I guess, to go off the spirit box, which
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the big thing is it's going backwards. So
Right.
it's not even something that, like if you said David, there's 3 syllables. You should never get that if it's going backwards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You got, what was it, 4 words or 5 words? I can feel it.
Yeah. Yep.
You should have never got that. That was.
And that was in cell 6. That's
to me, that is good paranormal work right there.
Oh, for sure. It says, when I'm receiving messages from spirits to Connie, hey, I got it right. Will sit on my feet and keep me grounded. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I've never seen a dog like that. Even Trey's dog.
Cool dog.
Like Trey's dog from Naked and Afraid, you could tell how uncomfortable that dog was in that jail. To Connie, he'll just go in the jail and lay down at the freaking feet and just chill. Like, I've never seen a dog do that ever. Like, right before that, the dog was getting very uncomfortable. Like, we had to convince the dog to go into cell 8 because the dog was like, I'm not going in there. It's not happening.
Well, I brought a canine in that jail when I worked for the sheriff's office, and then it would go in pretty much every cell except cell 6.
Oh,
and I'm talking 6. The dog would not go into 6. It would go in every other cell but 6.
Which one is 6?
Upstairs. It's like you got 6, 7, and 8. Yeah. In the hallway.
5 and 7. So
okay.
Right there in the middle of the hallway.
I forgot that he numbered them, and I never knew that, so we just visited the cells.
Oh.
Yeah. And cell 8, dog would go in there, no problem. Dog was off the lead. I walk around with the dog, had the handler with me. I say, hey, come on, let's go and cell that. We went in cell 6. Dog just sat there like, no. So he hooked the dog up to try to lead the dog in. Dog pulled back as if to say, I ain't going inside.
Yeah.
And this is a dog who would bite you in a heartbeat, And then it took him off lead. Dog went downstairs, stayed in the gathering room area, just sat there, waited for his handler to come downstairs.
Wow.
And that was it.
That's what
I've never seen that.
Will literally just go wherever Ryan goes.
Well, the dog's a good dog.
Yeah.
But he's got something that always messes with him. I don't care where he goes.
For sure.
Because many times I've had to tell him to get outside. Go outside. You don't look right.
Yeah.
Or he froze one time, I think. He had his girlfriend with him.
Yeah.
And he froze. I mean, he literally just stopped in time. And even the dog felt it. The dog didn't leave his side either.
Yeah. Yeah. But something about, I know that we always joke about Ryan having a girlfriend in cell 3.
Well, they love him in cell 3, though.
They do.
They will sit, and I don't know. I call her Sally. I don't know if that's her real name or not, but he will spend quite a bit of time in there and get a lot of good evidence.
Yeah.
Now,
David. So I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
what activity do you get while you're there? Like, I know we were talking when we were going up to the Fall Fest in the truck, going up to see Henry, but I know investigating with you, doing the Plum House, doing the school, I kind of know how you like to investigate. You like your cat balls, you like your flashlight, you like, what do you like bringing to the jail, like evidence, like equipment wise?
Well, most of the early times, that's all we had. We didn't really have the SLS at that time. We didn't have the bell. We didn't have the, all that stuff. So that's what we were doing. A lot of K2s, also a lot of EVPs. That's something that I haven't heard too much tonight about is EVPs. That's when you got a recorder and you're hearing a voice, but you and I can't hear it, but it happens.
Oh yeah.
And there is a lot of EVPs at a jail. I mean, there's so much, and there's just so much that comes through on that stuff.
See, I always think, especially at the jail, it's so empty, it's so open, it's so echoey. Like, you get 2 or 3 people in that jail talking all at the same time, it's just gonna travel through the whole jail. So, like, EVP wise, I stick more to the spirit box because I like the real time. I like it happening right there. I like hearing it. But yeah, I've set up a couple of recorders. I haven't gone over them yet. But yeah, I've set up a couple of voice recorders in the jail during the Fall Fest, and I just think it's going to be too loud. I don't think I'm going to get anything off that because there was
I've
a lot.
seen guys. I mean, I don't know who the gentleman was, but when he was setting up his EVP recorders, he knew how many people were, let's say, hypothetically in cell 4. You got 3 people in there, but you have a voice that doesn't fit the norm that comes across and joins the conversation. And I think a lot of that is whatever spirits are there or just joining the conversation, being part of what's going on. And you just have to break that down and isolate it. And, I think that's where you're going to find them answering your questions too.
Yeah.
100%.
What kind of EVPs have you gotten at the jail, David? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
A lot of cuss words.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to cuss. Yeah, it's been a while on the EVPs, but just the normal, hey, get out, stay away, things like that. Mostly upstairs.
I know when I get up, I know when I'm in the jail. I haven't done the downstairs a lot. I know I'm always straight up them stairs. I want to go right into it because you can definitely feel it, like in between the stairs. Like there's like a threshold that you go through, I guess you want to say. Like the more and more you get up the stairs, the more and more you can feel the energy coming up the stairs. I don't know.
A lot of people feel that.
Guys?
Well, early in the years, Henry had stuff in the back rooms, like downstairs.
Yeah.
There was lawnmowers and equipment and everything like that. It was all full, so we couldn't go really in there. And then the other room that he had was pretty empty at that time before he came in with the wood furniture. And then he got the wood furniture added. So, I mean, it's changed quite a bit.
Right.
But to me, where the wood furniture is now, that's pretty active area. Downstairs where the TV screen is.
The common area?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know pretty much everybody that I've talked to about the jail is like the common area.
Yeah.
Like, and I know the back area. So the common area, you go through the back room. I think it's where we used to put the books that Cheryl used to read the books to the children, or like
Right.
read, like Dr. Seuss books or whatever. Maybe that's where you got the crying from, was the children in the back area. I didn't think about that till now. Because Cheryl goes back. Yeah. Cheryl goes and reads like Dr. Seuss books to the kids in the back room, or supposedly kids in the back room. And like, I know last time we were there, Sarah set up books in a certain area in a certain way to where we knew if they got moved, we would tell. And yeah, all 4 of the books were like twisted into a different area where we were. I don't know if somebody went back there and messed with them or what, but all 4 books were moved completely. Like, they were sitting here when we went to go look at them. They were sitting like this. So I don't know what's back there, but it's just the whole jail. No matter where you go, it's amazing. But I have one more video. I've been saving this for the last of the videos. This is in cell 8. This is where I was saying the K2s just kept pinging to red. But watch this.
This is awesome.
Did you hear what I said? I said, do you wish that it was quieter when you were here?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a strong energy like on me right now. That is, thank you.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
All right, calm it down for me, please. Calm it down for me, please. Please. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me that you're here. I do. Don't get me wrong, but that was a lot. That was a lot.
This is why I love Cell 8.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome.
Can you make them both go to red?
Just one of them? Come on,
Go. Make them both go to red. Make them both go to red. Come on.
Come on. Use that energy. Thank you. Yeah.
Dude, if that goes to fucking...
Yes.
If that goes to red, I'm happy. I'm happy the rest of the night.
Yeah, you did an awesome job. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is awesome, guys. Awesome. Thank you. Do you like us? Do you appreciate that we're here in this room with you? You do? Okay, thank you very much. You mind us more than the other ones right now at the moment, right? Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Do you like us better than the group that was in here last?
Oh. Would you like to talk to us, right? You don't, without the noise, right? You just want to talk to us, right? Is that why you shot that lady? Yeah. Just didn't want that lady in here. Yep.
Holy shit.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
You did not like that lady, did you? God. You just didn't really like it. Wow. Well, I'm recording, so if you can tell me why you didn't like the lady, can you tell me that?
So you can use your energy that you use in this to talk into this box and we'll hear you.
I might have just seen something in that time.
Okay.
I was
Was it
moving
my
back
finger?
because I wanted to see what the light was.
I don't know what group came before that, but they like the other group better. I did pick up on that.
That's so that we were in cell 7 where we got the I Feel It with Takani. We were in cell 7. And Patty was in cell 8. And all I hear is Patty like, I just got pushed. And she came running out of cell 8 to leave to go downstairs, I guess. And me and Ryan were like, hell yeah. Sorry, Patty. I love you. But I wanted to feel that energy. Like if she just got pushed, that cell is very active right now. And like you can hear that many people were still there. That was like right after Fall Fest where pretty much everybody went into the jail and kind of just busted out equipment and started investigating, but yeah, 1K2 to hit red is very, very, very uncommon. For two at the same time, I
agree.
I don't know. And they were answering questions. Like it would just stop and I think that was it's like a 10-minute video. I didn't want to go too full into it. But I was like, can you light that off if the jail was too loud? Being the red. Do you want this jail to be a little calmer? Being the red. Did you not like being in this jail because did they ever do work labor or anything for the prisoners?
I would imagine so.
They did. From speaking to a lot of most of them are deceased now, but some of the elders that were still around as children when the jail was first in operation, yeah, they used to pull them out, pull weeds, clean up, especially when they were putting the railroad in, I guess, get out there working because you got to understand the gathering room where that back door is, that was the back of the jail. There was no real area of the jail back there. It was all open. So who knows what they had growing back in them days. Because Henry and I found wild strawberries growing near that back fence on his side of the property by the banana trees.
Yeah.
So,
wow. But yeah, I would ask if you had to do day labor, if you didn't like working at being the red. This is why I like cell 8, because I've gotten activity out of that cell every time. And anybody that I ever talk to, cell 8, cell 8, cell 8.
I'll say a lot of women like to go to cell 8 too. And they'll sit in a chair in pitch blackness and for whatever reason. And it's like they get affixed with it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, the Patty from the G team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just out at the school a couple weeks ago. She's a great person. She did a lot of, and I talked to her about the jail, and she loved the jail very much. She said it was a great place to investigate.
She's another one.
Teresa, I have this Saturday. This Saturday, she'll be at the jail.
I was supposed to be there.
Someone was supposed to be there, but he doesn't have time for us little people.
Oh, whatever. That person got a better job. That's what happened.
And it looks amazing. Do you see the views that this guy gets to see?
Oh man. So
I work at an elementary school. My views aren't very good at all.
No. So I unlocked the yacht club in the pool, and I'm on the island. I'm on an island. So at 36 o'clock, I get to watch the sunrise coming right above the Skyway Bridge every morning.
There you go.
Yeah. But it's definitely a better office than the kitchen that I was working in, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So you work as a pool boy?
No, I work as a security.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just joking.
Security officer.
Oh, okay.
Don't let him fool you. He's a pool boy. He's probably sitting at the chairs, enjoying life, with a little pina colada in his hand.
Yeah, with the sun coming up in the morning.
Yeah.
And,
I do love pina coladas. I do.
He knew exactly what time that sun rises every morning.
I do too. But if anybody is interested in the jail, hit this QR code. It'll send you straight to the historical Gilchrist County Jail website or Facebook, and message Henry. I know that he lets certain people in. It's not fully open, so that's something that you're gonna have to communicate with Patrick and Henry about being in the jail and investigating it. It's not an active, open property yet. That's the goal. But before we leave, is there anything that you like to say of why you love the jail? Either one who wants to start?
Go ahead, Dave.
It's just one of the more active places that I've been to. I mean, there's certain places to where when you go, you can say you might get some activity here, you might get some activity there. There, it always seems like you're always getting activity until that guy shows up. Then it just dies off. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, look at him.
I'll just leave. I'll leave my broom outside next time. How's that?
Yeah.
Jesus. It's not the broom, it's the broom and the crystals and
Hey, well, we have to make a living somehow. So.
Yeah, right.
I think it was the Taco Bell, and he didn't even bring any in for us.
It was cold, man. It would have been. I mean, I don't think y'all would have liked any cold Taco Bell anyway.
Hey, quick question: in Gilchrist, where do you find a Taco Bell?
You don't.
There's no Taco Bell.
That's why it was cold.
No.
I know that I can't wait to be back in this jail. I know Henry's not here anymore, but I personally want to thank Henry and Cheryl for even having this property that we can go to and enjoy and spend almost 2 hours talking about. I'm sure we could spend five more hours talking about stuff that happens in this jail. But if you want to get Henry, like I said, hit the QR code and you might be able to meet Patrick. If you do,
I got keys.
If you get to meet Patrick, tell him to get the hell out or you're not going to get, that's what I do. But no, hey, much love. I love
it's
you, brother.
Funny though. Hey, back to you, brother. It's funny though, and I tell people, listen, if I gotta go or your stuff ain't gonna work. Yeah. I'll give you a tour. I said, but then I'm going to leave and I'm going to go downstairs, and that's where I'm going to be. Because if I stay anywhere close to you, your equipment will not work. They don't believe me until I show them how it works, and then I walk away and it starts working again, and they're like, "Why did it do that?" I'm like, "You got to ask them guys, man."
Yeah,
they don't like me.
I full on personally experienced this. I know David has. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think they know who I am. Used to be a cop, correctional officer. Okay, mystic, whatever you want to say. I spent 2.5 hours in there on an EVP recorder. Didn't get anything until I asked the one question, and I says, "What do you want me to do?" And it said, "Go."
Wow.
2 hours, nothing except the word "go." And I'm like, fine, I'm done. I locked up. I went home.
Yeah. See, there's a love-hate thing. I kind of want you there because the activity, and I like you because you're my friend. But then I don't want you there because I don't get anything. It's kind of a love-hate thing.
Well, sometimes it's funny though. It's just because Henry always say, I was out of jail, nothing's working, nothing's happening. I got people coming out. Can you go out there and kind of like, get the energy charged? And I was like, sure. I'll go out there for a couple hours and I won't get crap. But then you guys come in, or groups like yourself, and they'll go boom, boom, boom. You're getting everything you were looking for, and maybe more.
A lot more. Huh? It's always a lot more. It's like I said at the beginning of the show, it's never the same. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, and I appreciate meeting you guys. I mean, like I said, when Arlene had it, that was one thing. I was just there to help lock it down because nobody wanted to be in the jail by themselves and lock it up, and that's what I used to do. Henry bought the jail. made me more of a participant, and allowed me to interact a little bit more and do what I do, and gives me an opportunity to meet you guys that do this for hell longer than I have probably. Even I've been associated with the jail for 20 years doesn't make me a 20-year investigator.
Right.
And then because I watch you guys and I look, that's why I like to sit and watch you guys on the cameras, on the TV downstairs. Try to figure out, okay, I ain't even seen him do this before, or oh, he's doing it. He's doing the same thing, but he's doing it a different way to get a response.
Right.
And that's how I learn. And I appreciate you guys. I mean, all of you. Even the ones that couldn't be here this evening.
Right.
But I do. I love you guys. I think I learn a lot from watching y'all do your stuff and learning about the equipment that you use. And I think it's very educational to other people that come on these shows and learn and look and see what you guys do and how you do it. And it kind of enlightens and opens the eyes of people that don't believe. And I enjoy that. And I thank you guys very much.
I mean, like I said, we wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, David, for coming on the show. I mean, if you guys want to hit up David also on 727 Paranormal Life. There's a couple locations here in Clearwater, Florida. There's Old School. There's the Plum House here in Clearwater. I've been there, investigated it personally. I know the school is very active. I've only been to the Plum House once. We got yeah, definitely. We got a little bit of activity. There wasn't that much that night, but I feel like if the more and more you go, like you said, to jail, the more and more you go, they know they want to talk to you more. So hit up 727 Paranormal Life if you want to hit up those locations.
And like Patrick said, I got the keys.
Yes.
Southward Elementary School and the Plum House, Clearwater, Florida.
Those are the real people that matter. It's the people that have the keys that let you in. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys so much. I value you guys' friendship. And I hope you guys have a great night.
Hey, big shout out to Christopher. Big shout out to Christopher. Thank you for inviting us. This is only my second time ever doing a live feed like this. So I'm kind of a newbie on that, but thank you very much for having me.
It's all good. You guys, gave me that Fall Fest for the one and only podcast you ever were. I had to cancel. So I had to fix that. And I hope this makes up for it.
My first one was Shadow.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so, that's my boy.
And we talked about the Gilchrist.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah, Colin was one of the new people that came into the the jail.
He's
cool.
Him and his buddy is the one that I did the little walkthrough of the paranormal side of Gilchrist. Thank you, Teresa. I value your friendship too. You're the best. But all the people that we've met at Gilchrist, all the Fall Fest, all the investigations, it just makes us closer. It makes us want to investigate more. And I love being up in Gilchrist. I love North Florida. Hopefully, I might move up there one day. I don't know. But remember, always stay creepy, friends. Thank you, David. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Rock on, guys. I hope you have a great night.
Y'all have a great Thanksgiving, too.
Oh, yes.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
And Teresa, don't forget, we got a date Saturday night. We're at Southward Elementary School. Teresa, right over here.
Yeah. I can't wait for Teresa to get into that school. I can't wait. I wish I was there. Goodbye, y'all. Have a great night.
Y'all take care.
Hey, he's one of the new guys. No, he was at the
Yeah,
He
it was him. It was him.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually
Collins
started.
is the new guy out of Jacksonville.
They actually started a team the day after the Fall Fest because
Oh, good for them.
they were so interested and talked to me with the table and everything. Yeah, they started their own team right after Fall Fest.
So there's another positive about the jail, that 2 guys started investigating because of the jail.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Thank you.
Good night. Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving, Shadow. You're my
Happy
boy.
Thanksgiving, buddy.
Teresa. See you.
See you guys. Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Have a good one.